What's going on, everybody? Kyle Powers here with Haven Real Estate Group at eXp Realty. First off, thank you so much for checking out the channel. I always do appreciate it. Today, we're going to cover the 7 things that you need to know when you're buying a house. Number 1, don't sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat the cosmetics. Don't worry about the fact that there's a pink wall or an orange wall or whatever, because the color isn't going to matter. Because you know what? Here's a cool thing. Home Depot's here in town. You go buy some paint. Sherwin-Williams is here in town. Go buy some paint. You can either, 1, you can hire some good contractors that will take care of you, or 2, you can try and do that yourself. That's a great DIY type project that completely changes the whole look of a home. So number 1 is don't sweat the small stuff. Don't worry about the cosmetics. Don't worry about the door handles, the light switches, all of that stuff that literally would be a small project for you to take care of, because it isn't going to be that big of a deal once you move into it. And you can change things anyway once you own it. Number 2 on the list, a pre-approval does not guarantee you to get a mortgage. Too many times I've had people get that pre-approval, then they go out and they start looking at houses, we start going to stuff, and okay, cool, we're going through it, then they go buy a car. Then they go quit their job. Then they go do this. When you get that pre-approval, it's a snapshot in time of what that house or what you are looking like when you go to look at a house. Now, what's going to happen is about a day or 2, maybe a week before you actually close, again, the time frames vary, your lender is actually going to go in and they're going to say, okay, we're going to check again, verify employment. We're going to verify nothing major has changed. So if you're right on that cusp of whether or not you can be approved for a house, they're going to look at, has anything changed? Did you open a new line of credit? Did you go buy brand new furniture and put it on credit and put your debt to income ratios out of whack as far as those things go? So having a pre-approval does not guarantee that you are going to buy a house. Do you need it? Absolutely. You want to make sure that there's a lender or a bank or somebody looking at that stuff, so that way we know that your finances are okay. They're going to look at your debt to income ratios. They're going to look at what your monthly expenses are. They're going to look at all of those things, so that way you know and they know where you stand and how much home you can actually afford. Number 3 on our list, be prepared for any additional expenses. Those can be both expected and unexpected expenses, because here's the thing that's going to happen is that you actually are going to have an opportunity, or you are going to have a deal where when you go to buy a house, you're going to have some closing costs. You're going to have some insurance. You're going to have some inspection costs. You're going to have taxes. You're going to have a lot of those things. Those are what I call expected costs when you go to purchase a home. Unexpected costs, you own the home now, okay? You own the home. Unexpected costs, I literally just got off the phone with a client of mine who had an unexpected cost. Well, here's the thing. You own it. You can't call a landlord anymore. So now you need to be prepared for having a HVAC issue go on. You need to be prepared for a sewer line that could come up. You need to be prepared for a roof that might need to be replaced. Have that reserves and have that time that you can actually pull that in and actually make sure that you're not going to be hurting for that when that time does come around. So be prepared for any additional expenses. What I consider an additional expense, or what I do to prepare myself and my clients for additional expenses, is have a cash reserve, have a reserve account ready to go for you, that you can actually be prepared to say, let's say anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000, because anything in that range, that's gonna get you pretty much taken care of for any major issue that may come down the pipe. So just be prepared for that, because that'll be something to look at. Number 4 on our list, never waive inspections. I'm telling you this as a real estate agent, never waive inspections. I don't care if it is a brand new build. I don't care if it's a 100-year-old house. Doesn't matter. Do your inspections, because here's the thing that I will tell you. I'll give you my own personal example. I bought my house, and I promise you, before we get too far into this, I promise you my house is not as bad as it sounds. But here's the other thing to that, is that everything can be fixed. So do your inspections, never waive your inspections, because here's the beauty of it, is that you could spend, like for myself, I spent $1,000 in inspections. I had a whole house inspection, a fireplace inspection, a sewer line inspection, radon inspection, termite inspection. Like I literally put my house through the gamut, because I knew that I was gonna put my family in that house. I knew that I was gonna actually bring my daughter home to that house. So I wanted to make sure it was safe and make sure that there was no major issues that may have come up. So when I bought my house, I spent $1,000 for inspections, okay? Again, this was a couple years ago at this point in time, so numbers may have changed. But here's the thing. Whole house inspection, they found a couple of spots of chipped and peeling paint that has a potential of being lead-based paint, so I had that fixed. My fireplace inspection, they failed it. So my fireplace, my wood-burning fireplace would not work for everything that we had. So I negotiated that and had that get fixed. My sewer line inspection, I had my sewer line, someone's camera on a sewer line, which is a real thing, I promise you, to see if there's roots or any debris in the line. Literally the sewer guy, he came in and he said, your line was 80% blocked. 80% blocked. He said within a month of us living there, would have backed up in the basement. Absolutely amazing. Termites, had termites. I had active termites. It was actually the first house that I ever actually saw the termite themselves in the place. So we had active termites. Then we had a radon test, which for the Midwest, obviously this is a big thing, different for there. That's a whole nother video, we can talk about that. But radon's another harmful gas that we can have. Had radon in it too. So there's 5 major items that we were able to get taken care of. Now, if I don't do those inspections, if I don't have that opportunity to do that, I don't have the right to go ask the seller, hey, I want you to fix all this stuff, because I'm not a licensed person. You're probably not a licensed person, but that's why we do these inspections. Here's the thing. I spent $1,000. What I did is I negotiated with all of those things getting fixed. I negotiated with the seller. It was $16,000 worth of work that I had done to my house. Now, I'm not saying that's done in every market and every place that you go to, but here's the thing. In Manhattan, if you get the right real estate agent and you get the right person helping you in your corner, that is absolutely a doable thing. So do your inspections, never waive those. It's not a good idea because you need to know what you're getting into. Let's say that you don't get anything done, which is also fine. You still know what you're getting into at that point in time because you have an opportunity to say, okay, fine, I don't want the house. I'm going to cancel it and get out of this because that's a lot of work that I don't necessarily want to deal with. So still do your inspections. Number 5 on the list, you can negotiate everything. I tell my clients this all the time. I don't care what it is, you can absolutely negotiate everything. Because here's the thing, I don't care if it's price, I don't care if it's closing date, I don't care if it's closing costs, I don't care if it's repairs. I'll give you an example. I had a client of mine, we bought this house, we were selling. My client and I were selling this house, and here's what happened. The first and only time this has ever happened to me, but it makes for a good story, so here we go. The seller comes to me and he says, Kyle, I'm done. No more, I'm not negotiating anymore. I'm tired of going down on price. Mind you, the house is full of furniture at this point in time. He lives in a different state at this point. He comes in and he says, I'm done, I'm over it. Let them go through the house, and if there's something in there that whatever they want, desks, beds, whatever it is, except for these things, they can have whatever it is. Don't care what it is. I was like, what? So literally these buyers went shopping in this guy's house to go find this stuff and just say that they won the negotiating spot of that one. So it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen, but it comes back to my point that everything's negotiable. I don't care what it is negotiable, period. So that's number 5 on our list. Number 6 on our list, you don't have to put down 20%. So many times buyers, first-time home buyers, they get so bent out of shape about the fact like, oh, I don't have 20% to put down. I don't have the money to do this. I don't have the money to buy a house. I don't have the money. No, you don't have to. There are literally loans out there that you can put 0% down on your house, okay? You can put 0%, 3%, 3.5% down, 5, 10, 15%. There are loans out there. Now you have to qualify for a lot of these. The one right off hand for the 0%, that's a VA loan. So military personnel, that's something that you should definitely look into. But the other part of that is you don't have to have that. We do here in Kansas, we do have what's called a USDA loan, which is a 0% down loan. There are a lot more things that you need to qualify for, a lot more boxes that you need to check when you start getting into these different loans, but it is out there, okay? So number 6 on our list is you don't need 20% down to buy a home. Number 7 on our list, you do not want to become house poor. And I'm looking at you, I'm looking straight through you. I promise you, do not become house poor. This is a conversation that I have with my clients all of the time. being house poor is, let's just say that you make $1,000 a month. Okay, let's just say you earn that, just for easy math. You earn $1,000 a month. Your house payment now is $900 a month. Okay, well that leaves you $100 to go do whatever the heck else you want to do with the rest of your life, or with the rest of the month. That's food, that's entertainment, that's gas, that's whatever small expenses come up. Being house poor is a real thing, and it is a thing that I talk very much with my clients about to make sure that we don't run into those issues. Because here's the thing, you don't want to run out of money before the end of the month. Hell, you don't even want to run out of money at the end of the month. You want to be able to grow and be able to build that up to that piece of it, because being house poor is a real thing. Paying attention to taxes, paying attention to what bills may come up, having that reserves in the bank and being able to build those up is going to be a real thing. So making sure that you don't have a payment that is above or even very close to what you earn in a month is something that you need to be paying attention to. My recommendation, put it towards the end. Let's say that you make $5,000 a month is what you earn, just you, maybe it's a household, whatever it is. Make your payment around $1,200, okay? Keep your payment down low. Keep it low to where you have an opportunity to earn and save and stash away and do whatever you need to. Invest. Maybe you like to invest like myself. Give yourself that. Being house poor is a real thing, and I absolutely never want that for anybody. Definitely do not want it for my own clients, because those are hard conversations I have. So making sure that you are educated in that whole process is one of my biggest life goals in self. So to make sure that the public and make sure that my clients are very well educated in that piece of it. Thank you so much for checking out. If you do have any questions, go ahead and throw a comment in the comments below. I'd love to talk with you a little bit more about it. If you have questions about buying, selling, investing in real estate, please reach out to me. I really do enjoy this. One of the biggest things I do enjoy is I enjoy educating people. So if there are questions that you have, let me know. Reach out. My number is 785-477-5485. My email is kyle@homesforsalemhk.com. As always, give me that thumbs up, give me that like, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell so you get notified of any future content. And please, enjoy the videos, and go ahead and put in the comments if you have anything else that you'd like to see. I'll talk to you next time.